Hi everybody, my name's Anne. Thanks for joining me on Art on the Creek. This is my home studio in Parker, Colorado, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. We are midway through December 2023, and I am thrilled to be able to share with you one of my personal favorite holiday traditions. Since I'm an artist and since we collect Christmas ornaments every year for our tree, I like to take one of those ornaments every year and paint my favorite. This year, I am very fortunate, and I want to share this with you. I met Angie of Cascade Made out of the Pacific Northwest. She is an artisan and a craftsperson, and I am thrilled to have made her acquaintance because I was able to purchase a Christmas tree ornament from her this year. And today, we're going to make a watercolor painting of that with Angie's blessing. I will link to all of her social media sites so you can see her beautiful talent, and hopefully you'll paint along with me. Before we continue though, please subscribe to Art on the Creek if you haven't done so already by clicking on that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell too so that you'll always know when I launch a new tutorial or a product review. Of course, if you do enjoy content like this, make sure that you give it a like, leave a comment, or share it with your friends. If you'd really like to take your art skills to the next level, I would encourage you to consider a membership with Art on the Creek. When you're a member or patron of my channel, your membership includes an extensive library of tutorials covering drawings and paintings of a variety of subjects, not just beautiful Colorado, and also in many different art media. You'll have full and unlimited access to an ever-growing members library of tutorials and reviews, as well as the opportunity to receive guided feedback and critique from me. And also, you'll have direct input into which art technique or medium you'd like to learn more about as a member, as well as access to free art supplies. All of that and more is included in your membership, and it's all very conveniently right here on YouTube. There's a link in the description below that will go over all the membership details. But if you still have any questions, just ask me in the comments and I'll be sure to help you out. Now, let's move on to today's subject, shall we? I actually found Cascade Made, Angie, through Threads. I was really kind of skeptical about Threads to start with. I don't even think I have it linked in the description here on my YouTube channel because you can find it through Instagram. I don't know. I was never on Twitter more than maybe once or twice, and kind of thought Threads was going to be like Twitter. But what I have found is that Threads is this wonderful, embracing community of artists. So if you are an artist and you are watching this and you're not on Threads yet, please check it out. You can find me there under Art on the Creek, and it's just the same as my Instagram. So I think it's great because it's just full of encouragement. There's no self-promotion. It's just all about, look what I'm doing. What are you doing? I'm interested in that. You're doing a great job. So if you ever want some positive feedback, go to Threads. It's a great community. And that's where I met Angie. So Cascade Made is her company, and here's how she packaged her ornament to me. It was sent in a nice box with this card, and I want to open it and see what she says. It says candy canes, Santa's favorite, 5 cents. That's so sweet. And wishing you the best of this season, wishing you joy from Angie. Thank you for your interest in my art. That is so nice. It's just that extra little bit of personal thought that I really appreciate from one crafter to another. I think that is, it just says something. You don't get this when you shop from Amazon or Target or any of those kinds of stores. It takes buying from a real craftsperson to get this personal touch. And the way she wrapped it is really nice. This is all wrapped in paper, so everything is recyclable. I'm going to try and preserve the paper ribbon because I'll reuse it. You know me, I will reuse it. And I think I might save this really nice cardstock tag here to put on the ornament if there isn't one already. So this is kind of cool. You could reuse this packaging for gift wrap in a gift bag. It's kind of fun. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. It's prettier than in the photo. I want to stand up and get it really close so you guys can see. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So she takes all of this glass and mounts it on her substrate, which it's lightweight enough. I'm not exactly sure what she uses, maybe wood. And oh, these colors, they're coral and red and pink and orange. And oh my gosh, the camera, I can guarantee you, is not doing it justice. This is so beautiful. So it's a little Christmas light bulb, and I just love the way it's put together. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh my gosh, there we go. Now we can see some of those colors. Wow. Oh my gosh, those are all my favorite colors of the rainbow. And look at that pearlescent effect. Oh, this is just so gorgeous. Okay, so that's my Cascade Made ornament this year. So let's get to painting it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. There. Okay, so the paints I'm going to use today are by Da Vinci. I've still got my Da Vinci palette out. I've been using it and loving it. And the paper I want to use is this Stonehenge Aqua Hot Press. I used it to paint a Christmas cocktail and it turned out really well. So I want to try it for this ornament here. Not really one to use hot press unless I'm using gouache. But for today, I thought, what the heck? Why not? Let's give it a shot. So let's see. All right, first thing we want to do is draw this. So luckily for many of us, myself included, it's a simple shape. Getting it symmetrical is always a challenge for yours truly. But I think I can, said the little engine that could. All right, and we have a hole here. Now, one of the things that's so charming about this ornament is all of this mosaic quality. So I'm not going to just paint it solid because, of course, that wouldn't do it justice. I'm going to try and go in here and try and paint the little squares of glass, but I'm not going to draw them. So let's just see what we can do, shall we? Okay. Oh gosh, so cool, so cool. I think I'm going to taper this just a little bit more. There we are. I love about these kneaded erasers is you can really get in and ta-da! All right, now, before we get started, let me just put a little card up here in the corner because I don't want to forget. I will put a link to one of the Christmas ornaments that I did last year. It wasn't actually mine, but it was a favorite. I still have it and I still put it up, but I painted one from an example and I'll put that up here so you can see that last year's it was a snowman. Okay, so the paints that I'm going to be using are by Da Vinci, and over here on this side of the palette I've got some red going. So let me get into this. They're kind of mushy still because I just filled the palette yesterday. So I'm going into the quinacridone rose and I'm going to start with that. And the brush that I'm using is a, you know, I'm going to change my brush. Change my brush. I want one that's kind of squarish. Those are all round. Let's see. I want one that's... Oh, here. This one should work just fine. This is a King Art or Blick Golden Taklon. I believe this is a number 8. Yeah, so this way I can get the stroke just right. All right, so I've got some of that made up. Let's see, I've got some of this Azo Nickel Gold, Azo Nickel Yellow, Nickel Azo Yellow. Can I speak? Nickel Azo Yellow. Looks like there's a little bit of burnt sienna mixed into that one, but that's okay. And I've got a little bit of some purple. Let's put some purple in there. Clean up this little spot here. This is a quinacridone purple. Really neat color, very rich. And you know, the other color that I want to put in there, I think I want to go with some of this Hansa yellow. Hansa yellow medium, I believe is what it is. And now it's got everything in there. There we go. Hansa yellow medium. All right, so the first color I'm going to go for is this Hansa yellow. And we're just going to kind of go around. Let's see, there's one here and one here. And then we're just going to go around this way for the edge. Now this is hot press paper, so it's going to dry really quickly. So I don't want to get stuck in a situation where, you know, it's getting ready to dry and I'm not ready to go on. So let's just kind of fill in, going back into this quinacridone purple here. And the rose. And now we'll do some of the azo gold. Mix with the Hansa yellow. And then back into the quinacridone red, I should say. Some more of the purple. And let's go back into that rose a little bit. Trying to get all the different tones in here. This is so sweet and so simple. I love it. And for the gray, let's mix a gray. We've got a nice area over here where I've got some gray mixed before, and it is cobalt and burnt sienna. Now let's get a little dry on that. And now what I'd like to do is erase the pencil lines. So I'm just going to go over this and erase my lines. You want to make sure you're very, very dry before you do that eraser, before you put an eraser on it. Oh my gosh, this is just so cute. And now I'm going to go in with the gray again and kind of go around in here. Now let's have some fun with the background, shall we? Let's see here. We can go in with this wider brush here And let's get into some green. This is a phthalo green, and I've got some other greens mixed up here. We'll just tap this in so that it is kind of a suggestion of the tree. And I'll mix some of that red in there with it to kind of darken it up. And then we're going to come back and do some really fun, I'll get that purple in there too. That makes it really nice pine shade. The purple and the green. There we go. Make this nice and glowy. So now what I'd like to do is drop in some of the quinacridone rose here, some of that azo yellow gold, and a little bit of the purple, and also some drops of water. That's a little too much water. Let's tap some of that out. There we go. Now we'll replace it with some green. Now I want to clean up where I kind of went overboard here. There we are. All right, I'll connect these up here. That is nice and wet. And what I want to do now is put some salt on here. And I have this kosher salt that's really got some big crystals on it. Let's see what that does here. I think parts of it are still wet enough. I'll put a link to this salt. It's really kind of fun to play with. I've used it before on the channel. The crystals are so big that it's just really interesting to play with. It's a little like a flake salt, but sometimes you'll find like actual pyramids in there. It's a really fun little crystal. So there is that salt. Here's one here, in fact. See how that's a little pyramid? I hope you can see that. Kind of, anyway. They're very interesting. There. Now you can see it's a pyramid. All right, well, we're going to let this dry, and then we'll come back, and when it's done processing, then we'll finish this up. I am back, and now it's time to put on some detail. So let's take a look at what we can do here with a fine liner pen, and I have a 0.05 that I like for hot press paper, and I've also got a silver marker. Where's my silver marker? It's a paint pen. Just had it a second ago. Here it is. We're going to use that as well. So I think we're done with the watercolor for now. This is so easy, you guys, and it's so fun. And you can make this into a really neat Christmas card too. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a little bit of dimensionality. So this is where all of the fun parts come in. And I might need to break out and get a different liner because this one may not have enough staying power in it to work. little hash marks in the center there, and that gives you the idea that the hole goes through. And now we can come over here and just do this a little bit. We'll go up and down into the white just a tiny bit around the piece of glass. I just love the, I don't know, it kind of looks like childlike, it's whimsical. In fact, if you have kids and they make ornaments, this would be a great way to preserve those. Paint them. If you don't save them, sometimes those balls of macaroni that are glued onto styrofoam don't always last. And the thing that I really like about doing line and wash like this is that you don't have to be 100% super duper accurate with your lines. You can just kind of suggest where things are. And that really makes for a fun, whimsical look. Let's see here, I missed this guy. And let's see here, who else? Do I have everybody? I think I do. I think I've got everybody outlined here. And that I really like. Now we can put on the little tassel. And for that, I'm just going to do a little curly line like this. And it's going to get lost in the branch up there. And it'll come back that way. Like that. Now, let me get that dry before I put my fine liner on it. Just going to kind of add a little bit of outline onto that. That'll make it look kind of like it's braided. Okay. Now we're going to do some fun things with the tree in the background. And I think what we should do, let's go back into the watercolor here. Go back into this green. And I want to go in with some of that purple, the quinacridone purple. When we mix the phthalo green with a red or a quinacridone purple, it just really creates a very nice, rich pine green. And you can also mix a little bit of burnt sienna with that too to get it really in that dark green. There we go, I like that. So let's see, we need a bough for this to hang on. And maybe there's another bough back here. And let's do one that comes through here. Make it a little more dense in front because that will help that ornament to really stand out. Isn't that fun? I think that's just a really neat way to represent my Christmas ornament this year. Let's see, I wonder if I can sign this in silver. Not so much, it doesn't really, it doesn't show up. So let me come in with a fine liner. Let's do this one. This a little bit more. So here's my Christmas ornament this year by the very talented Cascade Made, and my interpretation of it that will probably become a Christmas card or a print or something like that for next year. Happy holidays, you guys. I hope you have plenty of time to do some crafting like this in your spare time this month. Take care, everybody.